Production.
What's poppin'? We're looking at Hive blockchain technologies here. Let's start off with the bad news. Overall, I do think, right, we still can't pop up over this goddamn 8 EMA, and it looks like we need to readjust this trend line because we're not breaking up over it anytime soon, I don't think. It looks like we're going to come and revisit this zone. What I'm paying attention to for the rest of this year, right, again, keep in mind, look at these zones. Euphoria, fear. For this next little while, what we want to see, very similar to Galaxy in this sense, is that we've made our way down here. We have this potential pattern, pretty much almost exactly like Galaxy, but in a different formation, kind of. Not as tight. But we have this like falling wedge pattern, okay? Are we going to go sideways for the rest of this year? That's what we need to pay attention to, right? Interest rates, inflation, a bunch of World War III fear. There's so much things that are they're putting a big haze over the markets right now. It's not clear which way we want to move in. So the best thing to do right now is to invest wisely, only invest what you can invest, and invest in names that have conviction. Invest in names that you believe for good reasons will be worth more after all of this FUD goes away. What I think we need to make 100% clear, this zone, right? This is back to 2019, 2020 area. We need to hold that area as support. The last thing we want to do is break below that range, because that will invalidate our major outlook here, where we have this low period, wave 1 that brings us into this massive area, a wave 2 correction, right? And the wave 2 correction has to end higher than the lowest part of wave 1 before we could start a wave 3 that could potentially bring us back up to that $33 zone, right? So that's just like overall technical analysis, the outlook I'm looking for, right? Does look like we're losing this 8 EMA. Another thing I really like about this stock, to be honest, right? They're very active on Twitter. So that's something that not many other crypto related stocks, the companies, are doing. They're posting their monthly Bitcoin gains in terms of what they've mined. They're a miner, right? That's huge, especially because if you think about the Bitcoin halving that's happening next year, miners aren't going to be able to mine as much next year because of the halving. So the companies that are thriving now, it's not necessarily saying that they will thrive next year and in future years, but they're gathering decent amounts of Bitcoin, and they're making sure that they are a competitor in this space versus other miners. That's something you want to pay attention to for sure, especially if you're investing in a stock that is solely a miner. I think that's big for Hive. So that's the breakdown here. Very similar to Galaxy. A lot of these other crypto related names, I think what's going to happen is the ones that survive are going to end up performing very well, but there are going to be some that go underwater. So let's take the time to watch these stocks, pay attention to some fundamentals, right? And we'll stay posted on a weekly basis on a bunch of these. Easy.